What is going on, guys? This is my first official stream. Just going to take a second to let people join in. What's going on, guys? Just going to go over a few things. Just going to wait a few seconds here to let people join in. All right, guys. So today we actually had the record, Bitcoin's record for the most volume within a 1 hour period. Sorry, I had this running here. So the most volume within a 1 hour period in Bitcoin's history. So what does that really mean? So essentially what happened was we had a short squeeze. And so what caused the short squeeze was actually that we had a record amount of short positions being taken at these lows here, guys. So there was actually a record amount of short positions being taken at the lows. And, you know, a whale came in and they pumped. This is obviously not, this wasn't just the general population, guys. This was whales. These were individual people with a lot of money that pumped the market and knocked these the people that were shorting out of their positions. And because we had a record amount of shorts, that's what caused that record 1 hour volume candle. So it's not like people just bought in and it was like a record amount of buying. It was a 1 hour, it was a record for the most, you know, for the biggest transaction in Bitcoin history within 1 hour. And, you know, that's because there was a record amount of shorts being taken. So record amount of shorts, and we had a record amount of short squeezes, and that's what caused that huge volume spike. So it wasn't just buying, it was just an exchange between people who were borrowing Bitcoin to take their short positions, getting squeezed out of those positions, and those, you know, that Bitcoin being liquidated back into the market. So it wasn't just a 1 hour, you know, a huge buy candle. It was just, you know, a short liquidation candle, basically, if that makes sense. But anyway, so we're looking at the resistance trend right now. We're still within it, guys. Looking at that right there. So I'm going to move into the 12-hour. So we're right on it right now. We're actually testing that resistance. And, you know, as long as we're within that resistance trend, guys, it is still neutral. You know, we had a lot of sideways trading recently. And, you know, it might seem like this candle right here, guys, is like this huge spike. But it's really just because we were trading sideways and then all of a sudden we pumped up. It makes it look like it was some big deal. But it really, guys, I mean, it's not. It was a short squeeze. A record amount of people taking short positions got liquidated, and that caused their Bitcoin to be released back into the market. So yeah, it's not really a bullish signal as of yet. We are still within the resistance trend. Of course, at any moment we could pump through this resistance and start, you know, a new upcycle. But even if we do that, guys, we still have a few more resistance points to cross through. But let's get a little bit closer here. I'm going to move to the 4-hour. People sharing this video. Oh, thanks, man. Eric Monzo. Thanks, dude. But so yeah, guys, this is actually my first live stream ever. So I'm just getting the hang of it, actually. 15 people watching, that's pretty cool. Yeah, guys, first live stream ever. You know, it is what it is. But anyway, so for the people who just joined in, This huge spike right here, it wasn't just a buy spike, like a, this isn't just buy volume. What it is it's whales basically realizing that we had a record amount of short positions being taken at these lows. This is actually true. There was a record amount of shorts being taken, and I guess some whales figured, all right, if we can get these shorts to liquidate, we can cause a cascading effect, because when shorts liquidate, they release their shares back to the market, or their Bitcoin back to the market, and the price moves up, and then that causes more liquidation, and it just creates this cascading effect of shorts being squeezed. And this is like one of the perfect examples of what a short squeeze is. Basically, people getting liquidated, causing more shorts to get liquidated, and just goes boom, 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 and you just have this crazy cascading effect. A really good way to do some price arbitrage. But yeah. Peter says, thanks for sharing your knowledge. Of course, man. I'm just doing this for fun. None of my stuff is monetized, guys. I literally just do this just to do it, just for fun. How many people we got watching? 14 people in my first live stream. I call that a win. That's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, we are actually selling back off a little bit right now. Not too much selling though. We're still up. I mean, the people that took short positions before, guys, are pretty damn scared right now. I'm sure, because I think there was I was reading up, there was like, I think over $150 million worth of short liquidation, which is pretty crazy. Probably more like $200 million got liquidated during that 1 hour period, which is insane. That's a lot of money lost for those people shorting. As I've said before, guys, I'm actually not even involved in this market right now. I was involved before. I bought a lot of Ethereum, some Bitcoin, some Litecoin. I started selling in this area, guys, and I actually haven't made a single trade since that time period. Because, if you've been watching this channel, then you know that I have been bearish on crypto for a while now. And now you guys are probably wondering what the hell is going on with this giant green candle. And I really don't see, a lot of people are freaking out, thinking that it's like some, a new upcycle. I really don't think so. Not unless we're breaking this resistance trend, guys. It could happen. We could break above and start building out. But let's take a look at where we are right now in the looking at the past here, guys. So, sorry, let me bring us to the 1 day. So right now, these price levels, guys, we're sitting at the November price levels. So what is it? Basically, these price levels, guys, are like mid-November price levels. So, a lot of the bulls came out of the woodwork today, and tried to say that, like, tried to tell me I was wrong and all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, we're still sitting at November prices. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are happy. A lot of people started accumulating down here during the sideways trading. I know a lot of people that were buying Bitcoin, and now they're up, and that's great. That's awesome. But in terms of a large scale perspective, guys, we are still sitting at mid-November prices, getting a little bit higher now. What is it? Yeah, so towards the end of November, that's the price levels we're at. So obviously Bitcoin came to 6K. Broke straight through these levels, made a low at 6K, came straight back up, and here we started hitting resistance within these levels the past few days. So if I go to the 6 hour, we came through, and we were kind of stuck in here, guys. We created a head and shoulders pattern right in here, which you can't really see because I'm on the 6 hour. But we were stuck in these areas for a while, and basically what happened was, while we were stuck here, a lot of people thought that it was a good time to take short positions because they thought that the market was weak, which I think it really was. It was pretty weak. And this pump right here, Adam says, double bottom. Oh, Kyle, that's Kyle. Adam and Eve double bottom. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to look it up. But basically, guys, because we were trading sideways, a lot of people thought it was a great idea to take short positions. And honestly, like, if you're going to take a short position down here, from 20K and we get all the way down to 6,000 and you're going to take your short position then? Come on. I mean, you're asking to get liquidated if you're trading on margin. That's just, you know, you don't take your short position at the lowest point. That's just, your risk is so high at that point, guys. You definitely don't want to take a short position down here. And for all the people that are joining in now, this pump we had, this 1 hour pump, was the highest volume, 1 hour volume period in Bitcoin history. And the reason that that happened was because we had a record amount of short positions being taken, and you know, a lot of those being on margin. And some whales stepped in and figured if we can get some of these shorts to liquidate, we can cause a cascading effect where the liquidation causes more liquidation, causing more liquidation, and Bitcoin just continuously, Bitcoins get released back into the market and causing a huge price push up. So that's what that candle was, guys. It wasn't just somebody stepping in and buying, it was shares being liquidated back into the market, causing that huge price push up. So yeah, now we're hitting some resistance here. We're going to see what happens. And like I said, we are still within this resistance trend, looking back from 20,000. And we are sitting at November, mid to end November prices right now. Sitting right at the February panic lows still. So definitely some interesting stuff, guys. Largest liquidation in Bitcoin history today, which is pretty crazy. Probably like $200 million worth. And now we're sitting at this resistance trend. I think the market is still unsure of what's going on, honestly. I don't think anybody was really expecting this to happen. I think a few people, a few big whales made this happen. I don't think this was anything that the general population was really involved with, honestly. But, you know, now we're here, sitting at that resistance trend, working our way through, moving up to this resistance point. We're going to see what happens, guys. If we break through this resistance point, I would definitely expect us to have another pretty big push up, probably to maybe like 8,300. I mean, we're probably going to get stopped again at around 8,200, but I mean, we could, if it's a big enough push, guys, we could definitely come up to close to 9,000 again if we get through this resistance trend, which is, we're not, you know, who knows if that's going to happen, because this was a short squeeze. This was not a buy. This was not necessarily a just a giant buy volume candle. It was a short squeeze. So we'll see. A record amount of shorts taken, squeezed right out of the market, hundreds of millions of dollars liquidated. Pretty crazy stuff. And we'll see what happens, guys. This is my first official live stream. I just wanted to test it out, see how it felt to go live. And yeah, guys. So I thank you guys for watching. You guys have any questions? Comment in the chat if you have any questions. I'll answer them. Because that's really all I wanted to talk about right now. Who we got watching here? 25 people watching. That's pretty cool. Yo, guys, is my sound good and stuff? Again, first live stream. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out, give it a feel. If there's any problems with my sound, let me know. If you have questions, definitely ask me. Checking out your questions on my phone here. Can you guess how much money would be needed to get such candle? Peter is asking how much money would be needed to get such a candle. Meaning, like, how much money was in this 1 hour candle? So Peter, like I'm saying, it's not like one person stepped in and just bought and caused a record, you know, 1 hour volume candle. That's not what happened. What happened was there was a record amount of shorts being taken in this area, guys. A record amount of short positions taken in this area. And then a whale stepped in and caused a cascading liquidation effect where one liquidation after another, you know, just all this Bitcoin got released back into the market, and it caused basically all those short positions to get crushed. You know, $200 million or $150 million, $200 million worth of shorts crushed, within 1 hour, which is nuts. Maddie says, "Am I from Sweden?" I'm actually 60 or 65% Swedish. My dad's from Sweden. I am actually a Swedish citizen, although I am from the East Coast in the United States. But I am a Swedish citizen. I was there when I was younger for a while, but I've lived in the U.S. for my whole life. So I don't know, Peter, did that answer your question? How much money would be needed to get such a candle? It wasn't that somebody just threw all that money into the market, guys. That candle was created by a short squeeze, a record amount of short positions getting liquidated within an hour. What is the price it needs to stay above at the end of the trade in the futures market to climb further? What is the price it needs to stay above at the end of trade in futures market to climb further? Well, honestly, William, the futures market. Wait, I don't know if I understand your question. What is the price it needs to stay above at the end of trade in futures markets to climb higher? Oh, I mean, okay, guys, so honestly, guys, I'm really not too worried. Right now, it's all about price points, guys. It's really all about price points. If we start breaking above this resistance trend, so you're saying by tomorrow, what price does it have to be at? There is no specific price that it has to be at in order to keep going further, guys. What it has to do is it has to break past resistance levels. So I guess I could answer your question by saying by Friday, meaning tomorrow, we would need the price to break, like 8,000, 8,200, something like that. If we can get the price above 8,200, guys, and it holds above 8,200, that's a pretty bullish indication. Although we still have this pretty big test to make getting through this resistance trend. Any thoughts on XVG changing crypto with adoption? Any altcoins are you bullish on? So honestly, guys, Verge, I'm not really a huge fan of Verge. Verge is a fork of Dogecoin. So, I mean, yeah, they have made some changes. They're trying to make it more privacy driven. And honestly, I like privacy coins. I think Monero is great. Zcash is great, but I never really thought that Verge was anything special. I think it's really just getting hyped up right now, guys. I don't really have that much faith in Verge as an actual, I don't think its use case is really that strong. There are other coins like Monero and Zcash that are, sorry, yeah, Dogecoin dark fork, not Dogecoin. That's true. But so guys, XVG Verge is not really breaking any boundaries. It's not like, Monero, Zcash I think are doing a far better job at accomplishing the goal that apparently what Verge wants to accomplish of being a privacy coin. But we'll see. I just think it's really overhyped. I think it's totally manipulated, guys. Verge just got hacked. Somebody was able to take 51% of the blockchain, which is pretty dangerous, guys. That means that they can control the history of the blockchain, which is pretty much defeats the purpose of what blockchains are used for. So honestly, I am surprised, though, at how much adoption Verge has gotten. I think that's really because of price. I think people just saw the insane price action and wanted to get involved with it. I don't think people are really investing in Verge because they think it's a great coin or something. But that's just my opinion, guys. I could be wrong, of course. But yeah, guys. If you have any more questions, let me know. I just want to talk about this move here. Literally, guys, 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, we went up over $1,000. That's pretty crazy. And again, not because of buys, because of short liquidations and a record amount of shorts being liquidated. Somebody's saying if a shitcoin somehow gets a major payment processor to adopt it, would you invest despite the bad technology? Oh, Joe, I also forgot to mention altcoins that I'm bullish on. So I actually like Chainlink. I think Chainlink is a fantastic, has a fantastic use case. The ticker is Link, Link. Basically, Chainlink allows smart contracts to connect with external APIs, and basically what Chainlink is doing is, so a smart contract, guys, is like if you imagine a vending machine, right? You put money in, something happens, and it spits something out, like a vending machine. You put the money in and execute something, and it spits out the result. That's basically what a smart contract is. Now, with things like Chainlink, what it's going to do is it's going to allow these smart contracts to interact with external real-world data. So instead of just having a smart contract where everything's written in stone, right? You're going to be able to have variables within the smart contract that can change based on real-world data that's coming in. And Chainlink is allowing smart contracts to interact with that real-world data. And that's pretty dang cool. I think that is the evolution of smart contracts, guys. Allowing smart contracts to interact with real-world data, because that's going to be super useful to institutions and banks and stuff. I mean, if banks and them, if institutions are going to be using smart contracts, guys, they're going to need to have their smart contracts interacting with real-world data, with variables in the smart contract that are constantly changing. Without going into too much detail, guys, I just think that Chainlink is a fantastic coin or project, really, in terms of progressing the smart contract industry and developing it. But yeah, guys, that's enough of shilling for Chainlink, but I think Chainlink is a fantastic altcoin. Joe says, yep, I like Chainlink. And Peter says, since I have this opportunity, I would like to ask you if you believe that Ethereum price will overcome Bitcoin price. Thank you. Okay, so this idea, all right, let's take a look at Ethereum, guys. Also, guys, tell me if my audio is good and stuff, if it ever, just let me know if there's any issues. But anyway, so looking at Ethereum, guys, we're breaking past this this previous resistance here. So we're getting above. The market is seeing a bit of a push. You know, I don't really, honestly, guys, I don't really like the way this low point looks. To me personally, that's not really that attractive. Although in the past we've had some sort of movement like that, and it's caused, you know, but this was during, you know, crazy news cycles and stuff like that. But anyway, so yeah, Ethereum price overcoming Bitcoin, I think it's a bit of a stretch, guys, because first off, Ethereum is a smart contracts platform, right? So Ethereum is a store of value, and it is a way to transfer value, but it's a smart contracts platform. So I don't really think that there's a real reason for Ethereum to be the most valued currency of all. I think Bitcoin is probably going to stay dominant for a while. I don't think Ethereum is going to overtake Bitcoin for a while. You know, Bitcoin is basically the world's first proof that blockchain actually works. And I think that's a pretty valuable thing, guys. It's like, I mean, it's literally like gold, except for digital currency. It's like the first proof of a working concept. And, it, you know, obviously Bitcoin still works. No matter what price Bitcoin hits, it's always going to work. And so, yeah, I don't really see Ethereum taking over Bitcoin anytime soon, guys. Yeah, that's gonna be that would be one hell of an event if Bitcoin lost its dominance. But because you know what would happen at that point, guys. You know, Bitcoin is, you have to realize that Bitcoin is linked to every transaction, basically, like in crypto. Like when you sell your altcoin, you're going right into Bitcoin most of the time. I mean, sometimes you go into Ethereum or Litecoin, but right now the entire industry is based on Bitcoin. So in order for Ethereum to take over Bitcoin, you really would have to change the way the entire industry is built. But yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Let's take a look at Litecoin real quick. Getting a small pump here. So prices are still sitting at early December prices. Ethereum making a little bit of a push, small sell-off happening. Let's go back to Bitcoin, guys. Still in this little area here. Bouncing off of that resistance trend. Look at that, guys. Respecting that trend. It's actually getting above the resistance trend a little bit. Nothing for certain, though, guys. Volume is still pretty low right there. Doesn't really mean much. Yeah, guys, don't make impulsive decisions when you're trading. Don't just like, you know, make sure you educate yourself and you research and you set rules for yourself. If you're just sitting there making wild guesses and just, you know, put your money into random stuff, guys, it's going to end up being bad. Might get lucky, but it's going to probably end up being bad. What are my thoughts on Walton Chain? I actually don't know much about Walton Chain, to be honest. I've stuck to studying the top coins here. Let's take a look at market cap, coin market cap, guys. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS. Okay, so wait a minute. Did Litecoin go back? So EOS took over Litecoin for a second today. EOS was actually above Litecoin, guys, today. But now Litecoin is back, and I'm very happy that Litecoin is back because EOS does not deserve to be above Litecoin in market cap. That's just insane to me. How many people are watching this? 20 people? That's pretty cool. Cardano, Stellar, Neo. So Walton Chain, is Walton Chain like anywhere near the top? I have really not looked into Walton Chain. Guys, I haven't done much research into, you know, all these smaller coins. Yeah, here's Chainlink though, sitting at the bottom. This is my baby. My favorite altcoin, Chainlink. Walton Chain, here we go. So guys, I haven't really looked at Walton Chain much. Eric is asking me about it. I'm just taking a look real quick. Market cap 263 million. I'm just taking a quick look, guys. I'm not gonna make any decisions. There's a hype today because of an announcement for Walton Chain. To create a business ecosystem integrating blockchain with IoT. Value Internet of Things constructs a perfect commercial ecosystem via the integration of real world and blockchain, ushering human beings into the reliable digital life. Walton Chain unfolds a new era of value Internet of Things. Not really specific about what they're doing. See, guys, if I can't get a clear reading on what they're doing off the bat, it's always weird. I'll look into this later, guys. I don't want to spend too much time looking at Walton Chain. I really haven't looked into it much, though. Today, a big partnership will be announced with maybe Alibaba. Guys, if there was going to be a partnership with Alibaba announced, oh man, that price would already be up, guys. Insiders would be pushing that already. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think the market cap would be above 260 million if Alibaba was going to have a deal with them. That's just what I think. I can't even hear this music. It's pretty nice music, right? Any other questions, guys? I lost some viewers looking at Walton Chain, but it's okay. I never really looked at it. I kind of wanted to see what it was. Pushing above this resistance trend, guys, still. Not much volume there, though. But anything can happen, guys. So we had that short liquidation. Basically, it's like the price just got like shifted up because of that. And now we are sitting at these levels. So yeah, guys, in my other video, I was talking about the video called YTA Matters. I was saying, you know, we could probably bounce up to 7,800, maybe 8,000. And I did not expect this to happen. Definitely did not expect a short squeeze of this magnitude to bring us up there. I just thought we were going to have maybe a bounce. Honestly, I thought this bounce right here was going to bring us up to like 7,800 or something. But right in there, guys, we had that head and shoulders, had some loss of momentum there. What are your thoughts on adoption? EU accepting it, Binance, OKX moving. So Eric, what adoption of what? What do you mean? What are your thoughts on adoption? Just on crypto in general? Is that what you're asking? I mean, guys, like, here's the thing. People aren't like cryptocurrencies. Yeah, blockchain in general. Eric is asking, guys. I mean, cryptocurrencies really aren't being okay. So Bitcoin, people like to speculate with Bitcoin. Um, and the reason why people like, I mean, Bitcoin has gained so much popularity because of its limited supply, and because the price has been manipulated to the upside over time. It's created demand for something with a limited supply, and it just created this, like, this cascading effect of people just wanting to get into something that was going up in price, and all the way up into the point where it started hitting all the news cycles, guys, and all of a sudden the price dipped, and now the adoption of Bitcoin is slowing down tremendously. And basically, like, what I'm trying to say, I'm not really explaining this right, guys, but like, the adoption of Bitcoin was because of the price. Um, this is actually one thing I want to ask. What do you guys think that Bitcoin was created because there was a need for Bitcoin, or do you guys think Bitcoin was created because of the greed for it? Now, when I say created, I don't mean like literally programmed. I mean like the hype around Bitcoin. Do you guys think the hype around Bitcoin was created for the need for it, or do you think it was created for the greed for it? Personally, I think it's a little bit of both. I think the recent price action we saw going all the way up to 20K was obviously greed, and it was not for need. Um, but there are places around the world where people actually need to use Bitcoin, like places like Zimbabwe, Venezuela, where their currencies have failed, and literally they have to use Bitcoin because it's the only thing that they can use that isn't just complete shit. So there are people that actually need Bitcoin, and that's that there is a small amount of inherent value to Bitcoin because of places like that and people like that. People are saying, William is saying that he thinks that Bitcoin was created to fight bankers, or are you just saying it was created to fight bankers? Is that what you're saying? Gabrielle says the market cap, it's having a big bounce numbers. This is the same thing, or this is the thing because a lot of users are staying on hold to wait for the rise, for example, and how Sorry, I'm not really following what you're saying there, Gabrielle. Again, guys, this is my first ever live stream, so I'm just getting the hang of it. Sorry if I'm taking too long of a pauses here. I don't want to waste your time too much. So I don't know if Bitcoin was created to fight bankers necessarily. I mean, like, who knows? I mean, like, we don't even know who Satoshi is, guys. So we don't know really what. Supposedly, Bitcoin is just an electronic cash system. But I honestly think that even if Bitcoin was created to be an electronic cash system, I think it's just a speculation tool, guys. I don't think, like, yes, it's a store of value, but when Bitcoin is going down, people don't store their money in Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's going down, they don't want to lose their money, so it's a speculation tool. It's really what it is. I mean, look at these gains, guys. Bitcoin is the biggest gainer of any asset in human history when it was up here. William says we might be building our own prison. That's an interesting perspective. The fact that blockchain is completely traceable and transparent and trackable, yeah, I mean, it is kind of scary, honestly. It is decentralized, and the fact that it's transparent is good, but at the same time, it is sort of like kind of scary because, when you create a Coinbase account, guys, you send them your IDs, they know who you are, you buy some Bitcoin, you send your Bitcoin away. Now, like, that Bitcoin can be traced throughout its entire history. Every Bitcoin can be traced throughout its entire history of the whole blockchain. Telex 2010 says, we hoped one day Bitcoin will wipe out corrupt banking system, but maybe it was created by the banking system. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I wish Bitcoin would destroy the banking system, but I do also think that it's possible that Bitcoin was created by, you know, some financial group, like a shadow group somewhere in the world. But who knows? Maybe it was just some random Asian dude that was like, I want freedom, and he just like made Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I don't think Bitcoin's going to wipe out the banking system. I think the banks will always find a way to make their way back in. I think the fact that we have Bitcoin is great. The fact that we can use cryptos is awesome. But what is Bitcoin doing now, guys? What's the market cap? Market cap, $310 billion. Interesting. So Bitcoin broke through these levels, respected these levels, came down. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I really thought we were going to retest some of these areas, but we didn't. We ended up staying up high. And I think that is because a lot of people are scared right now of this insane volatility. Wait, William, I don't know what you're saying. Blockchains for Panos, derivatives for the kings? Not sure what you mean. But yeah, guys, just to do a recap here. So Telex is asking me, do you still have faith that Bitcoin will be dropping down to 2.5K? Yes, I do, honestly. So like, guys, when you're looking at a chart like this, right? Let me just take away all these lines for a second, okay? So you're looking at this chart, right? And you just see this green candle right here. And like that just, when it comes to human nature, guys, when we see that, we're like, oh, and we have like FOMO. We're like, oh, it's going to go up. And we just like imagine these candles going up. Guys, I don't really see it like that. Like, yes, this was the top 1 hour volume candle, but you have to understand what the reason for that was. The reason for that 1 hour volume candle was because we had a record amount of short positions being taken in this area. So keep that in mind. A record amount of short positions were being taken in this area, guys. And then we had some whales liquidate, you know, basically just pump the price and cause a cascading liquidation effect, causing the largest 1 hour volume candle in Bitcoin's history. So I don't see this as like a strength move necessarily. I see it more as like a strategic move. Maybe, you know, maybe people are taking short positions now. Who knows? But also, if you're, one thing I mentioned earlier in the stream, guys, if you're taking a short position here off of 20K to 6,000, you're going to take your short position now. Man, you're just asking for it. Like, come on. You don't take your short position at 6K after coming from 20,000. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, so guys, when you're looking at the chart, sorry, I can't see the number here. So look, guys, down here, that price right there, 1,800. My target price, 2,500, is about right here. So when you're looking at what it took to get the price up here, guys, it was really just we're like one bear cycle away from getting to the $2,500 target price. Honestly, that's what I think. Really, this move right here, guys, is really all that's backing up Bitcoin before heading back down to like 4,500, anywhere between 2,500 and 4,500. This one bullish move, guys, is really what's propping up all of this activity. And to me, I don't really I don't feel secure about buying Bitcoin at these levels. Yes, maybe there's going to be a bounce here, guys. Maybe we run back to like 9,000. But I don't see that lasting very long. But, you know, like I said, guys, we're only like one. This is all that's propping up Bitcoin right here, guys, from where we are now. $2,500 is right here. And all we had was this sell-off and this pump. That's what's backing it. I mean, if you're gonna look at the history, guys, like I'm basically what I'm expecting is a return to the value area. I don't think this is the value area. I think the value area, the true value area of Bitcoin is somewhere down here, guys. That's what I think. I personally don't think that Bitcoin deserves this price evaluation. You know, anywhere between like 7 and 20,000, I think is just way too much for Bitcoin. Guys, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I've just been doing a lot of research for the past few years, and I've been involved in crypto for a few years. And I personally am expecting more downside. You know, these green candles, guys, don't really influence me that much. I don't really get like excited when I see something like that. I try to figure out what's going on, what caused it. But anyway, I really do think that we're going to continue this bear market. The liquidation of shorts doesn't really mean that the bear market's over. I think it was just a strategic play by some whales realizing, all right, like if we liquidate some of these shorts, guys, we can get the price to fly and we can make a lot of money. And that's what they did. Obviously, this was coordinated. This wasn't like some natural thing, I don't think. This was a coordinated thing. Basically, you know, whales figuring that they can make some money off of wrecking the short positions. And that's what they did. So Sub is asking about Walton Chain. I really don't know much about Walton Chain. Somebody else was just asking me about that, and they told me that there was some big announcement. Honestly, I don't think I am in a position to speak about Walton Chain because I don't know much about it. So I'm not going to go and act like I know stuff about Walton Chain because I don't. I know much more about just like the top 20 coins and stuff. And Chainlink, because I love Chainlink. But yeah, guys, we'll see what happens. Definitely an interesting day. I mean that's just one hell of a candle, guys. It's you know, this would not have been possible if we weren't if there weren't a record amount of short positions being taken in this area, guys. If there weren't that many short people thinking that we were just going to fall off into a bear market and taking short positions, this wouldn't have been possible. So this was really just a gift for the bulls. Like, all you bulls out there, you actually should be thanking the people who are taking short positions because they made that happen. Well, not willingly, but if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have got such a strong rip. What do I think about Neo? Do I like it? Yeah, I mean, Neo's good. I do think Ethereum is superior to Neo right now. Although, guys, you got to keep in mind, like, the entire industry is going to be changing all the time. Like people, like coins that are like superior now could be outcompeted in like a year or two. Like the entire industry is going to continuously change. I don't expect that many coins to last for the next few years, guys. Like I think most coins are going to disappear, honestly. If I was going to recommend one smart contracts coin, it would be Ethereum, honestly. I still think it's the best. Ethereum's adoption is pretty great. But what is Ethereum doing here? Still a bit of a pumpy pump. Yeah, guys, if you notice on all these charts, we just had like such a quick run up, guys. Like no time at all. Like nobody was like involved in this push, guys. Like there was just a small group of people that were causing this and prepared for it. But Bitcoin to 7,800 right now. Sorry, guys. It's getting a little distracted with the charts here. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining my first live stream. I hope to do many more, and I hope to conduct my live streams a little bit better in the future. This is literally my first one. So, you know, thanks for putting up with me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If you are a bull and you bought down here and you held through this, guys, fantastic. For all the bulls who made some money here, that's great. If you were shorting here and you got liquidated, well, that's too bad. But like I said before, guys, I personally don't have any of the money in the market right now. I stopped trading around December 10th. Not like stopped forever. I just thought, you know, okay, we're going to go through a bear market, and I ended up being right. I actually have never shorted Bitcoin in my entire life. A lot of people are telling me that they think I'm like shorting Bitcoin and making these videos because I'm shorting Bitcoin. Guys, I'm not shorting Bitcoin. I'm just literally being a realist, and I'm just trying to think as logically as possible. And you know, I made my first video like somewhere in here, and that's, you know, I stopped trading around this time period, and I made my first video around this time period because that's when I started getting actual confirmations about a bear market. I was like, all right, let me share my ideas with the world and make a YouTube channel. Yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for supporting my stream. This is definitely a pretty small channel. I just got started a couple months ago, and I'm honestly surprised at how much support I've gotten so far. And you guys are awesome for joining. And thank you guys for asking questions and keeping the stream going. You guys are the fuel for my streams. So if you guys see me going live again, definitely hop in. I'll try to answer more of your questions. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yeah, guys, appreciate it so much. A lot of thank yous coming in the chat. I like to see that. But yeah, guys, I'll see you soon.